All right, this has been happening a lot lately, and I want to get your guys' opinion. This reads, this civil servant and veteran voted for Trump. Now he's out of a job. And this story is coming out of Virginia from WTOP News, and it says, a Virginia couple is hashing out their next steps after the husband, who is a disabled veteran and who worked as an information technology technician with a federal agency, was fired on Monday as a part of the newly created Department of Government Efficiency's efforts to shrink the federal workforce. And there are many such cases of this that we can go through, but in this case, the news came in an email from the acting administrator of his agency. It said that it would not be in the, quote, public interest to continue further employment, citing his performance. And that's the worst part about all of these firings. Every single time, they cite the performance of workers. There are people who have been working there for 15, 16 years, and they have their, quote, performance cited, even though they say, dude, I've been doing amazing. Let's look at this example really quickly. This account is named D-Man. This guy's name could be Dan or Dennis or whatever the hell, but his name is D-Man. On December 13th of 2024, where my cursor is, he said to Joe Biden, stop lying. Because all Joe Biden said was, I pray to God that the president-elect throws away Project 2025. It would be a disaster. And D-Man said, stop lying. And this is another one of those stories with Trump supporters. And then on February 15th, Brian Allen said, no way, Trump and Musk tried to fire 300 nuclear officials, then realized they were the ones overseeing the nuclear arsenal and scrambled to rehire them. And D-Man said, fake news, who is your source? But this story is absolutely true. It's a story that I've been hammering home. Every single video I talk about this, multiple news sources reported on the Trump admin wanting to unfire nuclear safety workers, but then they couldn't figure out how to reach them, which is the craziest part. But back to the main story. By the way, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe. Fake news. Who is your source? Says D-Man. And then on February 22nd, which was yesterday, Elon Musk said, consistent with President Donald Trump's instructions, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they've gotten done in the last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. And D-Man, Dennis, Dan, whatever his name is, I voted for Trump. I am a government employee working 29 years for the DOD. The disrespect has come over the years from both sides. This time, it's out of control. We are political punching bags, and we are not the deep state. We have been wrongly treated like crap. And there's another one. I voted for you 3 times, he says, replying to real Donald Trump. Why are you allowing Elon Musk to abuse federal workers? DOGE doesn't need to fire 200,000. They just need to fire 1. We are not the deep state. We protect the country with technology. If you continue down this path, this country will have no future. Wow. Quite intense. But many workers are going through this. I mean, don't discount these stories. I have a few more that I want to show you, but I do want to run you down some of the context of what Elon Musk has been talking about. Because remember, he said the other day, consistent with President Donald Trump's instructions, all federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done in the last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. I showed you all the Trump supporter who said he doesn't have access to his email at the moment, so he might just get fired, or I guess resign, quote unquote. But Senator Tina Smith said, this is the ultimate dick boss move from Elon. Except he isn't even the boss, he's just the dick. And Elon Musk said, what did you get done the last week? And Senator Tina Smith immediately fired back and said, Elon Musk, I hate to break it to you, but you aren't my boss. I answer to the people of Minnesota. Like a real senator, and she's the one who, by the way, should have the power of the purse to allocate money. But Elon Musk is the one who thinks he unilaterally can do that. Elon Musk is the one who thinks he can fire people. But since you bring it up, says Tina Smith, I spent last week fighting to stop tax breaks for billionaires like you, paid for by defunding healthcare for moms and babies. I mean, that's a pretty solid response from Senator Tina Smith, but then it gets worse. We got a leaked version of what the email says. So the email that will hit the inbox of federal employees reads, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Please do not send any classified information, links, or attachments. And Elon Musk said, The reason this matters is that a significant number of people who are supposed to be working for the government are doing so little work that they are not checking their email at all. In some cases, we believe non-existent people or the identities of dead people are being used to collect paychecks. In other words, there's outright fraud. I can nearly guarantee this is not happening. Republicans have been saying for decades that dead people are voting, dead people this, dead people that. Elon Musk said the same thing about Social Security. It was promptly debunked in 5 different ways. What he was saying about dead people soaking up tens of millions of dollars in Social Security, wrong, outright wrong. He never provided any sources other than some vague Excel chart. Now he's saying the same thing. There's no evidence. He doesn't provide a link. He doesn't provide any evidence of dead people. He's just sending out an email in a very brash way, screwing over a lot of civil servants who actually work every single day, who have worked their entire career to help better our institutions. Now, if you ask me, hey Adam, should we have fraud, waste, abuse, and an inefficient government? I'm never going to say yes. Of course we should cut down on fraud, abuse, waste whenever we can, but you can't do it in this manner. You can't do it in such a breakneck, slash and burn pace where you're literally firing, like I said earlier, you're firing nuclear safety workers and then you can't figure out how to reach them after. If you're wondering why I go back to this story so often, I think it's a perfect microcosm. This story perfectly represents what Elon Musk is doing at a broader level. Listen to this. National Nuclear Security Administration officials on Friday attempted to notify some employees who had been let go the day before that they are now due to be reinstated, but they struggled to find them because they didn't have their new contact information. They had been let go the day before. That means 24 hours after they let these nuclear stockpile workers go, the people who care for and maintain our nuclear piles, they realized, wait a minute, these people are highly specialized, are uniquely qualified, we need them back, but we didn't even get their information. The individuals the letter refers to had been fired on Thursday and lost access to their federal government email accounts. So after losing access to their federal government accounts, they couldn't get emails saying, hey, you're actually supposed to come back. And like, what if they didn't want to come back at that point? What would you do? How would you maintain our nuclear stockpiles if the employees didn't have the goodwill to come back to work? Eventually that's going to happen. This keeps happening time and time again where Musk, DOGE, Trump, whoever you want to blame it on, they fire a group of people, an entire team, and then realize, wait, we actually need these people. That even happened right here. Some departments saw significant numbers of layoffs, like the Department of Homeland Security, where over 400 people were told that their jobs were cut. I'm so glad that the Department of Homeland Security is cutting people because we need to be less secure. An NNSA nuclear safety specialist fired on Thursday because she was a 2-year probationary employee told NPC she was locked out of her email, but her manager had called her to inform her that her, quote, termination was rescinded and to report back to work on Tuesday. What a mindfuck. Quote, I'll be honest, I intend to keep looking for work, the employee said. I will go back, but as soon as I find another role, I'll be leaving. Wow, our federal government's really doing a great job of maintaining the people that have trained for years. I mean, you invest in people, career civil servants, so they're working at the top level and they're very good at what they do. They have a lot of experience. The churn and burn style of firing people and rehiring people and then firing them again is not sustainable. Asked why she will still look for employment elsewhere, she said she has, quote, no faith I will keep my job. The move comes as Trump and one of his top tech advisors. I'll leave it at that. Drop a like, subscribe, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.